EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to one of the great cities of the world, London, England. Coming up, another installment of the NFL International Series, and it should be a great one, as it'll be the Minnesota Vikings taking on the Cleveland Browns. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
Brandon Gaudin, Charles Davis, ready for another installment of the NFL International Series. And we are underway from North London. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. And they'll be led out by their rookie QB, the young man out of Oregon.
There's a lot to like about Dillon Gabriel's game, and that was registered in the NFL draft when he went in the 3rd round. Incredibly experienced, started 63 games in college, which is an FBS record. He may be undersized, but he understands the offense very well, and he's a terrific competitor.
Now a play fake here on first down. Pass caught by Fannin. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. His first pass attempt of the game, Charles, and the pass rusher's right there to hit him. But no fear, he delivered an accurate ball. Nice catch.
And you never want to see your quarterback getting hit, but it also sends a message to the rest of the team when he's able to take that shot and still deliver downfield. Showing a little toughness, and the team rallies around him. This could really help them on their drive.
And he's going to have a Browns first down as he'll get this up to about the 42.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive linemen said, "Are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down." They love being physical.
They'll look to throw now on first down. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
A gain of 19 yards. That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
I haven't met a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Wide open receiver complete. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. That early game script that they drew up is working pretty well here on this first drive. Already in field goal range, Charles knocking on the door of the red zone.
You know, Brandon, when we met with the coaching staff, they kind of predicted that they would come out firing like this. I think you and I were a little skeptical it would be this easy. But they certainly knew what they were doing in scouting, in preparation, and understanding what their team was capable of.
Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards. They've taken this opening kickoff and marched it right down the field defensively. Not much resistance.
And that's the point, because my admiration is for the guys moving the ball right now. They know what they're doing. Their plan is working. But I flip it over and watch and say, okay, what are you going to do to change things up? Because if you don't, they're going to put that ball in the end zone real soon.
It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
2nd and goal from the 6 this time. Again, they turn to Ford. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now, during that run, an injury here. We got one of those big blockers in some discomfort. Hopefully, obviously nothing serious here. Medical staff, though, going to take a peek, and we'll take a break. Can this defense get the stop on the opening drive? Here's 3rd and goal. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 5-yard touchdown. And the Browns get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Well, with this rookie QB, we talk a lot about his ball placement and how good he can be at laying it right in there. I think we just saw, Charles, though, the strength of that arm. That was an absolute rifle for the completed touchdown.
It absolutely was, and let's face it, you think he was really ready to get that first touchdown? Absolutely. He threw that pass with authority, just as you described. Big-time arm right there, and let's face it, a lot of quarterbacks used to be pitchers in baseball. The fastball was usually their best pitch, and we saw it there.
Extra point splits the uprights, and it's now a 7-0 game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Now a hit and a loose football. And this is picked up, and he's into the end zone. It's a fumble return for a Browns TD. So they get the one-score kickoff, get a fumble, take it right back to the house. 2 quick touchdowns within a matter of about 10 seconds on the game clock.
It's like a big 1-2 punch that may lead to a knockout.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. Uh-oh, flag comes out here. This is going to be roughing the kicker.
When you're going back there on the kick block, you've got to go to the right point. That didn't happen. Ran into the kicker. The penalty flag had to come out.
So they'll go ahead and accept the penalty. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return. And this one definitely not in the landing zone. In fact, it's over the back line of the end zone. So this ball will come out to the 30 now. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. And they will be led out by a man in his sophomore campaign as the quarterback.
Back on the field after a knee injury robbed him of his rookie season, but he showed a ton of promise in the limited sample size we saw of him during the preseason. Go back to the University of Michigan. You saw an accurate passer who ran the offense extremely well, but don't be fooled by that. He was never afraid to attack defenses with his arm, and he'll try to do the same here in the NFL.
It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Brandon, to me, what's important right here on this drive is for them to get at least 2 first downs. They've got to give their defense a chance to settle down, catch their breath a little bit after they give up a touchdown on the opening drive.
On play action, McCarthy. Eluding the pressure right. 8 yards that time, able to take off, and the result is a first down.
It's a gain of 8.
As he came to the line of scrimmage, he knew he didn't need much to reset the chain, so when he saw the space he needed, no hesitation. He went to the marker and got his guys a first down.
Mason going to get it on first down. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. but that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
It's a gain of 6. Makes it 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Looking to throw McCarthy. A good decision in the end to pull it and run. Gets him 9 yards and a first.
A gain of 9 yards.
He's a talented runner, and that means he's always looking for bigger and bigger gains when he takes off. Certainly found some bonus yards there beyond the first down marker, and this early drive will continue with that extra jolt from his legs.
Straight ahead, here's Mason. And an excellent job of finding the opening as he's got this now all the way down to the 22. 12 yards there, first down Vikings. But you're down early. How do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
Now, I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit and find our way back into this game.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it's second down. He's already proven to be a factor in the running game on this drive. Now he gets involved in the passing game.
I think what we're seeing here is the modern version of workhorse in the NFL, being able to run it and catch it with equal proficiency.
Addison will go in motion left. They'll hand it to Mason. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
Hey, we often talk about defensive ends setting the edge, sometimes even the outside linebackers, but how about here? This is a cornerback essentially setting the edge and finishing off that play for a loss.
To the air with McCarthy. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And the Vikings are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
First down. 1st and goal at the 9-yard line.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
At the 9-yard line.
On the ground again, it's Mason. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Jordan Mason, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Vikings are back within a score. Well, first quarter, maybe too early to talk about statement drives, Charles, but that sure seemed like a statement drive right there.
Well, if we're going to talk about statement drives, I think what they're saying is we're going to establish the run. They gave it to him early and often on this drive, and he wound up taking it into the end zone.
Now for the point after.
Up for the extra point.
And that one makes it 14-7.
Makes the score Browns.
So that one a long
14,
11-play drive.
7.
And a 9-yard run on the end of it.
Will Reichard to
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
They will start this drive with Ford. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. Second and right at a yard.
It's a gain of 9.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
From the 31, here comes second and a yard. Operating from the gun, Gabriel. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. He had the touchdown on the opening drive. Now he's got a first down. We've seen quite a bit of the short passing game here early on first quarter, haven't we?
We have, and I think it works a couple of ways for this team because, number one, you throw the short game until they stop it. And if they're not going to stop it, you keep throwing it, and occasionally you'll break a tackle and turn into a bigger gain. Also, if they start to creep up, start to pressure receivers, now you go over the top, take it deep, and now you get some of those big shots downfield.
And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up second down.
That was well defense right there. He saw the play in front of him and able to hold the point of attack. Then he sheds him and goes and makes a tackle for a loss.
So a step in the wrong direction. Now they'll look to make amends on 2nd and 14. Operating from the gun, Gabriel. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And 3rd and 8 now.
Brings up 3rd and 8.
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, now they know that they can compete with this offense.
On 4th down, Corey Bajorquez gets set to punt for Cleveland.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, defense.
That hurts. If it was running into the kicker, wouldn't be a first down. Roughing, it is a first.
And just think about the differences between the two. Running into the kicker almost feels inadvertent, just a small tap, so to speak. But when you rough him, usually bodies are hitting the ground and flying all different places. And the difference is 5 yards or 15. And in this case, that's a big play.
Yeah, boy, now you see him, now you don't. Excellent move. Nice run. Winds up getting about 6.
That's a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
And he'll get 3 down at the 34-yard line. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
And he's going to be touched down right at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard. That's good for a Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 30.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The start of the second quarter, and it's the Browns in control of the football as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Throw out wide is incomplete.
This could be the start of a nice stand from this defense now after getting walked backwards on this drive. Come through with another one here, and you have them staring at a 3rd and long, and that puts the defense in a position to dictate to the offense.
2nd and 10. Looking to throw. Gabriel. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Good coverage downfield led to him taking off, picking up the 1st down on a 13-yard run.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a 1st.
Browns, 1st down.
I think the last 2 plays really illustrate how difficult it is to game plan against this guy because you know he can throw the football, but how about his use of legs as well, what we call those broken plays? You can't account for them.
Yeah, those plays, those 2 that you just mentioned, a microcosm really of how he can hurt you. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the Browns go up by 2 touchdowns.
And this is a balancing act for a head coach with a rookie quarterback. You've got to walk a line with him. You don't want him getting happy feet, but you also don't want to rein in what worked for him in college. And here, he pulls it down, takes it himself, and takes it into the end zone.
Extra point forthcoming. It's good, and it is now 21-7.
Makes the score Browns 21.
So that drive, 12
Vikings
plays in
7.
length. And it's capped off by a touchdown run of 6 yards. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. Oh, good move. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game. A lot of time for this unit to game plan on the sideline after that drive that they watched the other side just score. But remember, last time they were out, they scored as well. We'll see if they can seize that momentum right back.
And they have had a lot of time to cool off from reaching the end zone the last time. So have they been able to keep themselves mentally sharp and into this game, even though they haven't been on the field? And you and I both know, one big play, though, gets them right back up to that level.
Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here, and if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Right back to Mason. And he stopped immediately there. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
And McCarthy going to sneak it. And he will have a Vikings 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
It's a gain of a yard. And the Vikings 1st down.
There may have been a little bit of an element of surprise there. 3rd and inches, and they go quarterback sneak. I still feel like this is a play that often is reserved for 4th down.
There go play action. Here's McCarthy. A good pick up there of 20 yards.
McCarthy. It's a gain of 20. That's another Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 43-yard line.
This is where the NFL is headed year by year, partner. A league where just about everyone has someone under center who can get you with their legs as well as their arm. And we've certainly had a nice display of that from both QBs in this game, and that continued with that first down run.
On play action, now McCarthy. A dump off for Mason. So the completion good for 6 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, and it turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Now McCarthy. Dancing to his left. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. 17 yards on the pickup there. The drive will continue.
No shortage of impressive moments from him thus far. Now he's halfway to the century mark, and we're still in the first half. There's been no answer for his running ability so far by the defense. I can't wait to see what adjustments they'll have to make during the halftime break.
Throwing is McCarthy. Out to the left there and complete to the tight end, Hawkinson. It'll go as a gain of 4, and it'll be 2nd down.
Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
2nd and 6. McCarthy off the play fake. Escaping the pressure right. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
On the give, it's Mason. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3.
This is a critical sequence here for this offense. Things really haven't gone their way so far. This could be their chance to get back into it, but they've got to find a way to punch this ball in.
2nd and goal from the 1. Trying the power game with Ham. And I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. It'll go as no gain on the play, and now they're looking at a 3rd and goal. The offense on 3rd down, a perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Forced out, and he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. J.J. McCarthy taking it in from a yard out. And the Vikings have got it back to within a score.
Hey, you're down on the scoreboard, but now your offense is in close, and this is where, as a quarterback, you say, I've got to make a play here. Doesn't matter whether it's a pinpoint throw or a scramble like this one. He takes matters into his own hands and delivers a touchdown run.
Extra point attempt to follow here.
Extra point.
It's up and good. This becomes a 21-14 ball game now.
Makes the score Browns 21.
A pretty long drive that
Vikings
time.
14.
11 plays all told. And it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run. Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, this offense looks like they have a little extra pep in their step as they take the field here for drive number 3, because remember, Charles, drives 1 and 2 both ended in the end zone.
Yeah, and right now they've just got to be careful not to lean into overconfidence, because every drive has a life of its own. But I like the way that they've started, the way that they're going about doing things right now. They've got a chance for that 3rd consecutive touchdown, and that would be a crushing blow to the defense.
They go play action here on 1st down. Oh, this one incomplete. The pressure got to him as he released it, and it's 2nd down.
Play action is supposed to be used to slow down pressure, slow down blitzes. In this case, though, if it takes a little too long to develop, you got people right in your face.
And lucky just to get rid of the ball with the arm going forward. Could have been a fumble. There's a quick throw right side, and it's complete. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
It's a gain of 4. Brings up 3rd and 6.
They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. From the gun on 3rd down, Gabriel. Pressure coming from the Vikings, and they get there and bring him down. And that'll bring up 4th down on a big sack with a loss of 5.
So this has been a lot like a tennis match, hasn't it? Back and forth. Both of these offenses having their way so far. So maybe the question isn't who's going to score the most points in this game. Maybe it's who's going to get some stops.
Yeah, absolutely. And that sack, finally a first step in the right direction for a stop. On 4th down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. Fair catch signaled for and taken just shy of the 30-yard line. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that. In Charles's defense, they were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other. Now, that's a run that warms a play caller's heart, because you're actually set up to do whatever you want on offense. You can come right back and run essentially the same play because you have momentum, or you can fake that running play and throw something deep over the top, or you now feel like you have an extra.
Pressure comes, and down he goes. In for the sack, Myles Garrett. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Here's McCarthy. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. And this is picked up by the Browns. And they are going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. The defense, they were swarming that time and ultimately got to him before he could get rid of the football and knocked it free.
And don't you feel just a little bit of sympathy for him back there, though? So much going on, so much swirling around. He's trying to find someone downfield. He's trying to move around to find an open target. Sometimes you forget the number one thing, take care of the football.
And now Cleveland geared up to take the field. As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
And he's going to go down. Back at the 27-yard line, he's sacked. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. The defense, they brought the house. That O-line, they were overwhelmed.
To put it mildly, because they didn't have enough bodies to block all the guys that came at them. Their best move, how they would have been better served,
just turn around and yell, "Look out!" because here they come.
Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Out of the gun. They'll look to throw. Over the middle, complete to Judy. They'll wind up getting 10 back there, so it'll leave them with a 3rd and 5.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back, but now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Jeff Okudah. And the Vikings are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And now out comes Minnesota. And a fumble last time. Ball security. Talk about it all the time in the National Football League. They've got to be better at it on this drive.
Don't you think that when every team gets together for the first time, I don't care if it's OTAs, mini camps, first day of camp in the regular season, ball security comes up about what, the second sentence of the coach's address?
And those are so many drills focus on that.
All the time, and they do drills to make it even tougher to simulate game situations. Doesn't always work out, though.
And a missed tackle there as he pushes forward for a gain of 4.
It's now 2nd and 6.
2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. They'll come up 2nd and 6 now from the 24. McCarthy, he'll set to throw it. Open here, Adam Thielen. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 19 yards that time for number 19.
Charles, to move the chains that time, they had to complete it into double coverage, and they got it done.
And it's never easy overcoming multiple defenders, but he sure made it look simple. Found the right spot to exploit and won his 1-on-2 matchup.
Over the middle, complete. That's Mason. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. 15 more there, and they're on a roll. It's another first down.
But they certainly made a point of getting him involved in the passing game here in the first half. They must have seen something in the scouting that said, hey, we can capitalize on him getting the ball possibly in the open field. And I think in the second half, that may loosen up the defense a little bit to get the running game going back inside.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays. He's been the forgotten man in this first half. Not a guy you want to forget. Not only his first catch, first time they've targeted him.
That doesn't make any sense, does it?
Not at all.
Because those are the types of plays that he provides. When he does come alive, when they do look his way, not only is it a big catch, it's a first down.
And he'll get it down inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
60 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this first half. 2nd and a couple.
They'll run again with Mason. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this first half.
1st and 10 at the 12-yard line.
From down at the 12, it's 1st and 10. Here's Mason.
And he'll fight his way down inside the 10 to the 9-yard line. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
It's 2nd and 7 from the 9.
Back to throw. McCarthy. And that one will fall incomplete. Clock here now just under 30 seconds to go in this first half.
Well, he left no doubt about that one because even though he hasn't left the pocket, he's got a receiver in the area, so it's not grounding, even though there is no way that ball was going to be caught.
McCarthy operating from the gun. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
On that snap, he's a hero of his defense after the play he just made. A one-possession game, and his hit kept it exactly that.
Now the Vikings will send out the special teams crew here for a field goal try. From the left hash, should be a fairly easy one here. And his kick is good. And that'll bring them back within 4. So, Charles, they get to them with their first turnover of the game and then make it hurt a little bit extra with a field goal.
And anytime you give the ball up, what's the first thing a coach tells his defense? Don't let them score off of this. You've got to put out the fire. In fact, in 2021, that's what one NFL coach termed his defense, the firemen. Go out there, guys, and don't let them put some points on the board.
Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Browns going to go on offense one final time in this first half. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
They'll indeed start on the ground to run that clock. And defensively, they're just looking to keep him contained as they're able to get him down. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2. So halftime straight ahead, and that means we go to Scott Hansen. It is our EA Sports Halftime Report. Scott, take it away.
All right, Brandon, thanks much. Welcome in, everyone, to the downtown Orlando studios. Scott Hansen and crew with you for a short and sweet halftime, as this game's had a little bit of everything to it. We'll find out which side can establish some tempo in the third quarter as we're ready to kick off the second half. Back out to our commentary team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Okay, Scott, thank you. And this one's still anybody's game. We'll see who can come out with a hot hand in this second half as we are about to get underway. As they say here in London, all to play for as we are back underway in the second half. Oh, a good return up past the 30. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line. Now the Vikings offense set to go to work to begin this third quarter. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down.
It's a gain of 11. And the Vikings first down. 1st and 10 at the 45.
Remember, Brandon, he ran for a touchdown earlier, so his decision to go ahead and tuck it and go again turned out to be a wise one.
And the decision is what is important here. He has made some good decisions on when to tuck it and go. And he got blown up, losing yardage on the play back at the 44. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Working out of the gun is McCarthy. He's got Mason complete. 2 yards on the pickup there. And that's going to set up a tough 3rd and 9.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
In motion, the tight end. From the gun on 3rd down. McCarthy lets it fly for Thielen. And unable to connect. Incomplete. I'll give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
It's now 4th down.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up, converged on his man, and broke the play up.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. It'll be a 39-yard punt, no return. And the Browns will take over with a 1st and 10 deep in their own territory. Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about saying defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far. This 2nd and 4. Operating from the gun, Gabriel. His throw incomplete.
So many offense want to include their running backs into their passing offense and be able to swing the ball out or check it down to them. But sometimes those guys are just not as comfortable catching the ball as they are running it.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Operating from the gun, Gabriel. That is caught. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
Kind of a dangerous throw there. He's off balance when he gets rid of it. But this is all about a quarterback knowing what he can get away with. And that time, it turns into a completion and a healthy gain as well.
Off play action. Gabriel. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack.
A loss of 4 yards.
They get him that time thanks to the safety blitz as he sank for a loss of 4. Oh, free safety blitz, that can be a gamble, but it proves fruitful there.
Yeah, you're exactly right about the gamble because oftentimes the free safety is the last line of defense against a long pass. And when he comes at the quarterback, he'd better get home and make the play. Otherwise, a big play could result for the offense.
2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Looking to throw. Gabriel. Now they go screen. It's complete.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
4 brings up 3rd and 10.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Gabriel. Under pressure, and down he goes. Jonathan Allen, the former first-round pick, getting in there to bring him down.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
The Browns send out their punter now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. And he'll get credit for putting him inside the 20 as the fair catch is made right at about the 19-yard line. So possession goes over here on the punt.
And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10.
Looking to put a drive together. The drive begins with Mason. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
That felt like a trap because it looked to me like the opposing front was on that play from the get-go. They had everyone crashing the ball carrier before he even made the line, and they hold him to just a yard.
2nd and 9 now from the 21. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Going underneath, he's got Hawkinson. That'll go for a gain of 7. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
They need 2. Here's 3rd down.
Back to throw. McCarthy. He finds his man, complete. It's Mason. It'll be a gain of just a yard, and it'll be 4th down.
Always important as a defender on 3rd down to keep the play in front of you and make sure you don't give up enough space that they can make a move on you in the open field. Try as he might, he wasn't able to get to the 1st down marker. Excellent defense, good tackling.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
Cleveland offense making their way out.
We have not seen much on offense here from either side these last few drives. We've hit a wall, so to speak.
And have hit it hard, haven't we? Because the defenses right now, they seem to be a step ahead, don't they? Beating them to the point of attack, beating them to the punch. These offensive guys, they're tinkering like crazy. What's it going to take to get back on track?
Yeah, both sides searching for adjustments.
Javon Hargrave
able to collapse the pocket, get to him, and drop him for a loss of a yard.
Like how they've started the 3rd quarter here. They force a punt on the first drive, and after this sack, it looks like they'll be forcing another one as well.
Absolutely. Maybe got their 2nd win coming out of the locker room. After the sack, here's 2nd and 11. Looking to throw. Gabriel.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Back to throw. Gabriel. And he's going to be stopped here a few yards short of the first as the tackle is made at the 33. So 8 yards on the completion there, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Such a tough position to defend near the line, even when you add a 2nd defender, but the big man shrugged off the extra body and made the play call a success.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
And 9 yards there on the return following a punt of 47. And out will come the offense as they take over.
The Vikings offense and J.J. McCarthy getting ready to go back to work. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively, just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. Off the play fake. McCarthy. Now he's forced out left. And he's going to be down at the 35. Gain of 7.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
Here is 3rd down and 4. Looking to throw. McCarthy. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. They'll wind up losing 3 here on the play. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, it looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackled him for a loss.
And here's Ryan Wright now,
as he's on to punt for Minnesota. And the fair catch is made at about the 27-yard line. 37 yards on the punt with no return.
and it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on 1st down. And able to steer clear of that first tackler as he works his way forward for about 4.
Not a huge play, but I think they're more than happy with how it turned out. Don't be surprised to see them revisit that call because there was a lane there for more than just 5 yards. Put it in your back pocket and break it out when you need it later.
Operating from the gun. Gabriel. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44.
That's good.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a 1st down.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a 1st down.
Now a fake on the jet sweep, and off the play action, he'll look to throw it. Sacked by Andrew Van Ginkel. Well, collectively as a defense, Charles, I think if you get 4 sacks a game, you're feeling really good. Now they have 6 as a unit.
And that type of a number is just staggering because there's so many ways to try and counteract it. But in this case, they've got no answers for this unrelenting pressure coming at their quarterback.
And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
They're throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, partner, guaranteed they approach this play with the idea of making up ground to make 3rd down manageable. Unfortunately, with that incompletion, right back where they started on the last snap. Now they need a big 3rd down play in order to pick up the yardage needed.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. He's going to loft one deep left side here. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Fielded at the 20. They'll call it a punt of 44 yards. The return was for 7.
And they will take over 1st and 10. Minnesota's offense takes over possession. And really, Charles, not much of a surprise that they're losing. They just haven't been able to get much of anything going in the pass game. And as you well know, in today's NFL, if the passing game isn't working, usually not much else is working either.
You're exactly right about that, partner. And I know that right now the easy answer would be, hey, let's run the football. But that might not be everything you need. So despite the fact that they've struggled throwing it, they've got to find some type of a play, multiple plays, that puts the ball in the air and allows for them to have some success.
It'll go down as a gain of 6, and it'll be second down.
Timing is so important on a route like this because he's going to line up out right and then cut straight across the field. I think the ball might have come out a count or two too late because by the time he was able to secure it, not much of a chance to turn it upfield.
And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Myles Garrett picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
That's his second sack of the game, and the best defensive ends, they do their homework as much as offensive guys do. They know how to beat the offensive lineman across from them, what moves they need to do to set them up. This guy's been pretty good at it all game long.
They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Third down from the gun, McCarthy. And he works his way past the line of scrimmage and then slides to a halt.
A 2-yard gain.
He opted to go with a scramble, gets 2 yards, and now it's 4th. Three quarters have come and gone. This is the National Football League on EA Sports. Welcome back now here in London. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the 4th. And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. Heading out as the Cleveland offense now as they get set to take over here. Their defense got the stop, forced the punt, and now you really start to monitor the clock as they nurse this slim lead. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Eric Wilson able to make the tackle.
And for the defense, this is a spot where you don't want to totally sell out to stop the run, but you do have a pretty good idea of what you're going to see. And that's good work right there to keep them in check on that first down carry.
The handoff to Ford up the middle. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. 60 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
The Browns on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. And he's got the first down, yardage before being taken down at midfield. Able to get what they need to keep the drive going with a 6-yard pickup on 3rd down.
First and 10.
I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the 4th quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
And a very determined run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 27. Good effort.
A good pickup there for the Browns, 15 yards.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And a good physical run that time. He's going to wind up gaining 5 on that one. Good gain there on first down. It keeps him in a running situation probably.
They did everything right on that play, didn't they? They got the leverage up front, good blocking, nice hole for him. He ends up picking up nice yardage, stays in bounds to keep the clock rolling. They are in charge of this scenario right now. They want to stay that way.
And not in any rush offensively. Just a couple on the pickup there, and now it's third down.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
The 8th play of the drive coming up. It's 3rd and 3. They run with Ford. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. Give him 6 yards, and they do convert on 3rd.
First down. First and 10.
No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the fourth quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
Here's 2nd and 10. On the ground, it's Ford. And he's able to break out of one tackle, but then quickly brought down. The second down play, not much better than the first, just a gain of 1 there.
Well, partner, Marvin, our #1 stats guy, just handed me a little card that says he has 97 yards on the ground today. You think he's going to get the ball again?
I think so. 3 away from that century mark, got to have it.
Yeah, and I think what they're going to call is one of his favorite runs, whatever he feels comfortable with, and what the offensive line is executing.
And he's going to be taken down, sacked back around the 18-yard line.
Jonathan Greenard running in to pick up the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This will get the lead up to 7. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked. Now off to the races down the right side. Touchdown, Vikings. A great play there. 70 yards.
And the Vikings take the blocked field goal and convert it into 6 points. So that changes everything. Everything. I mean, instead of adding to their fourth quarter lead with a field goal, they surrender the lead on the block and return.
And for such a critical kick, the blocking has to be better. Brandon, that reminds me of a game that you called. Became famous, didn't it?
Oh, yeah.
Florida State,
That's
Georgia
right.
Tech, right? Didn't you have something similar?
Yep, a block kick return late. Unbelievable. Now an important extra point here to stretch this lead to a field goal. He's got it, and this is indeed up to a 3-point lead.
Makes the score Vikings 24, Browns 21.
Minnesota's kick team ready, and the Vikings boom it away.
And he'll be stopped up at the 25.
Here comes the Browns offense back onto the field.
Their defense accomplished step one of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth quarter lead. Looking to put a drive together. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
Boy, where would these guys be without his performance on the ground? That puts him over 100 yards now for the afternoon, and I tell you, he seems to be getting stronger as the day goes along.
And the ball on the 30. Here's 2nd and 4. Here's the option. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air. Flush to his right. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Turns out to be a great idea to tuck that one. Good for 24 yards.
And the Browns, first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Well, there you go. Save your best scramble of the day for a big-time situation in the 4th quarter, picking up the first.
You don't want to use it up early, right? You want to make sure you save it for that exact moment, that key time, and that's what he did, although you and I both know it wasn't planned that way. But what a nice job using his eyes, scanning the field, and realizing when it was time to exit the pocket and go.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Boy, the pursuit there, terrific from the linebacking core.
Oh, it certainly was, because so many times on an option play, you'll see a linebacker make a beeline for the quarterback and then zip, one cut, and he's grasping at air. But this time, he locked in on him the whole way, took an excellent angle, and his grasp came up with the quarterback.
And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And this is going to turn into another first down as the tackle is made at the Vikings' 20-yard line. Big yardage there for the Browns, 18.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there, not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively, because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot. They'll try and sneak it here. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first.
I don't know about you, but I like this call. 3rd and inches, and instead of worrying about getting it back to a running back and maybe there's some penetration from the defensive front, just go ahead and take it, move forward, and pick up the first down.
And as we say often, shows confidence in your offensive line. Now this time he'll look to throw. This is caught. Touchdown, Browns. David Njoku from 8 yards out. And the Browns have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter.
Those are the types of plays in these moments they were hoping for from this young rookie, able to put him up here in the fourth quarter.
How about the kid? You just mentioned it, the fourth quarter. This is when you have to make those winning plays. That's what he just did. Doesn't ensure anything, but he certainly gave his team a heck of a chance, didn't he?
They do tack on the extra point as well, and that will make this a 4-point game. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So all eyes on this Vikings offense. Down 28-24, just under 2 minutes to go. How will this thing pan out? We'll watch as they come up on first down. Back to throw. That's caught by Addison. And they're able to get this one across the 35. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
First and 10 at the 36-yard line.
Plenty of time and 2 timeouts still at their disposal. First and 10 here.
Back to throw.
Pass complete. It's Hockenson.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
It's a gain of 7.
I like what they did there. Still keeping their tight ends involved. They understand it's not quite Hail Mary time just yet.
Here's second down and 3.
They'll look to throw.
Slant route, and he's got Addison.
Brandon's okay what they're doing right now. Still able to work the middle of the field, but you know sooner or later they're going to have to stop the clock.
First down. First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Here's first down.
He's back to throw. He'll find Thielen working the middle. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts, as they'll get it with just a shade under a minute to go in the game.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Under a minute to play now. Here's second down.
Now they run. It's Mason.
And good work there in open space. And he's got this all the way down now to the 32.
And remember, field goal does them no good in this situation.
You got to think they should be taking some shots for the end zone soon.
First and 10 at the 32-yard line.
Final minute, 1 timeout remaining. First and 10. And that throw behind his man. He missed him. Incomplete.
For Justin Jefferson.
Whew, that's certainly not the worst thing. It stops the clock and lets your offense catch its breath and lets us exhale a little bit. Now I expect them to call a couple plays in the huddle so they're ready if a tackle happens inbounds.
Just over 30 seconds remain. Here's second and 10 now.
He's got his tight end over the middle, T.J. Hockenson. The Vikings going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in this football game.
First and 10 at the 15-yard line.
Here's first and 10.
He'll look to throw.
We're going back to the same well. It's Hockenson again.
Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so, but it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
At the 12-yard line.
One final shot. They'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And the Vikings are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3-yard line. Partner, what a finish to this one. I mean, this offense, they had it down there inside the red zone, but ultimately couldn't execute that final snap to find the end zone.
Yeah, and they're going to walk away from this one, and you know what's going to go through their heads the entire time until they get to play again. If we could only have that final snap to do over one more time, maybe with a different play call.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say cheerio from London.